Hey, what is up, guys? This is WildXWW Fan 125, back on another video for you guys here today. And today I will be ranking every SmackDown vs. Raw game from worst to best. Now, this is not going to be based off of what I like and what I don't like. This is going to be based off critically what's good and what is not good. So, this is not really... This is more so my opinion. It is, but it's not based off of like how much fun I've had off the game. This is based off of like the gameplay itself and stuff. So yeah, let's just dive right in this. So as you can see right here, starting off with dead last, we have SmackDown vs. Raw 2009, and this is expected by a lot of people because this is just not such a praised game. This is a disliked game by many, and including me. But like I said, this is not really even my opinion. I just feel that this game really has nothing to offer, besides Road to WrestleMania. Once you've done Road to WrestleMania, I feel like there's absolutely nothing to do. I mean, I try to play Exhibition. I'll try to go back and play the game, but it's just hard sometimes to have fun on this game. It really is, and I don't know. It kind of frustrates me because when I look at watch pay-per-views from 2008 and stuff, I want to go play this game, but I'm like, oh, it's SmackDown vs. Raw 2009. Why would I go and play that game? And it was also featured ECW, as you can see right there. You had Triple H and Shawn Michaels. Now, what really says something that THQ at the time was desperate was that this game was promoted by tag teams. Tag teams. Like, why? The tag team matches have been in the game for years, and I don't even think they added any new tag team matches to my knowledge. I really don't. I don't even think they did. If you guys are really gonna promote tag team matches, you could have said, "Oh, hey, we're adding a ton new match to tag team matches." I mean, we're adding triple threat TLC matches. I don't know, something like that. It would have been awesome. I mean, you guys could have done it. You have 6 men in the game, but I'm not gonna get into a rant about this. But like I said, it kind of frustrates me because this game could have had more potential, and it was really disappointing because after SmackDown vs. Raw 2008, I think the series really needed a boost. But there's still fun to be had on the game. Like I said, Road to WrestleMania is pretty good. But other than that, I don't know. When I go and play Exhibition, there's just not much to offer. They took away stuff. They didn't really add much. Like I said, this game more so took away stuff, and they promoted tag teams. There's nothing else to really say about that. I don't know. Maybe they were desperate at the time. So yeah, SmackDown vs. Raw 2009, dead last. Next up, we have SmackDown vs. Raw 2008. This is one of my favorite games, but I'm not gonna praise it or anything because of that. So, SmackDown vs. Raw 2008 featuring ECW. So this is another dislike game by many, and a lot of people would put it their last, but I don't think this deserves to be last because I think this has a lot more to offer than SmackDown vs. Raw 2009. As far as modes and match types and stuff, and I'm trying not to spoil the rest of things here for you, but let me actually stop being dumb. Anyways, so SmackDown vs. Raw 2008, featuring ECW. This is the first time it featured ECW. I mean, it really, as you see, tagline right there. Sorry guys, is how will you play? I don't really get that, but nonetheless, I think the game, if everybody tries, there can be fun in the game. I feel that the problem is this game didn't really, after SmackDown vs. Raw 2007, they're a great game. There really wasn't an improvement. It was more just like a downgrade. From SmackDown Here Comes the Pain all the way to 2009, there was just matches taken away each and every single game, and I just feel that they didn't take away much here, but I don't know, I just feel like there's stuff missing. And one of the most disappointing things, one of the worst modes I've ever seen, is the 24/7 mode, Life of a Superstar. Now, GM mode is included in 24/7 mode, but I'll get into that. Live the life of a superstar by managing daily activities, accomplishing career milestones, and a nourishment in the WWE Hall of Fame. It sucks because the cutscenes are extremely repetitive. They don't make any sense, and yeah, there's really nothing more to say about it. There's no storyline. I mean, there's some good cutscenes in there, but yeah, so that sucks. But also bad. It's just like the gameplay isn't bad. It's very playable. It's just I don't know. I think that they just needed more to offer, but they did. I'll give them the good is they added new fighting styles. As you can see right there, 8 unique fighting styles: high flyer, powerhouse, brawler, hardcore, submission, artist, technical, showman, or dirty fighter. And I thought these were really cool. Took me a while to finally, get this focus. Took me a while to actually learn how to execute them properly, but once I did, they're still fun. So there's still a lot of fun to have in this game. I don't think there's a really bad SmackDown, like not 2K bad SmackDown versus Raw game. I think there's fun to be found in every SmackDown versus Raw game, even 2009, and that's being Road to WrestleMania stuff. But unfortunately, we didn't have that here. But we had the problem with GM mode on here. It's probably my favorite GM mode, but because of ECW. But the problem is you can't get all 20 superstars on roster, which is frustrating because you really have a small roster. But that sucks. So yeah, so SmackDown vs. Raw 2008 is second to last. Me 1, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sixth in ranking. Next up, SmackDown vs. Raw 2011. Another game that I very, very much like, but once again, I'm not going to base it off of that. But this is where we really starting getting good. I think that this is a good game. I really do. I think it's really quickly we just transferred into the good games. I really do. I don't think this is a perfect game because there is a huge flaw to this game. But we'll get into that. So this is your moment. I love the commercials for this game. So yeah, SmackDown vs. Raw 2011. You have Cena, Big Show, Miz on the cover. Pretty good cover. Cena. This is like Super Cena age. So yeah, the one thing that I love about this game, I think a lot of people do, is the new physics system, or the Havoc system, I think. And so basically, you can, like, if you chokeslam somebody onto steel steps, they'll react like they would in real life. It can be very laggy sometimes, unfortunately, but it can still create for some cool and, like, oh my god moments. And yeah, and like with the same thing with a chair, like any weapon really. And tables and stuff, you had to have a finisher, you had to dive off the top rope. No, if you're table near you and you do some sort of move and it's next to the table, then it will most likely go through the table. And you can do like RKOs off like ladder, stack through tables and stuff like that. This is a really big step up in gameplay, in my opinion. One huge downside, which I think many people can agree, is that where is it? WWE Universe. Now this is a simple, fun game mode if you actually play it. Excuse me. I never used to play when I first got this game. I never used to play it. I refused. I just played Exhibition. Once you actually play it, there's fun to be found. It's not like an in-depth thing like that, but it can just create for some fun moments, and if you're playing with your friends and stuff, and just, yeah, it can be chaotic. But the big downside, huge downside, is it affects Exhibition greatly, and by that I mean you can't defend titles in Exhibition. And I can't frustrate enough why some games don't have championship titles. Like, it's not a huge deal to me, but it's like it should be there. It shouldn't not be there. There's no excuse why not to have it in the game. So, that's a frustrating part, but you gotta accept it at some point. But so that's a huge downside. I think that's one of the only downsides of the game. Road to WrestleMania, for the most part, most of the stories are good. Like Cena's, like Cena and Triples, the kind of bigger guys, are kind of boring. But like, what was it, Christian and Undertaker's, like those are the really good ones, and Ray. So yeah, there's a lot of fun to be had in this game. I think it's a good game. So, yeah, SmackDown vs. Raw 2011. Next up, we have SmackDown vs. Raw, the first one that created all this. So, SmackDown vs. Raw is actually disliked by a lot of people, and I can see why. Because it just came off of Here Comes the Pain. This came out in 2004. Here Comes the Pain came out in 2003. So I can see why people were very disappointed, because this game took away a lot of stuff. But, hear me out, it has its redeeming quality. So, Two Worlds Collide, they really promoted. I think this is a really cool new name for the series, even though I feel like they didn't need to take away so much stuff. So, yeah. So, I'm sorry, I'm trying to think. Okay, so I just completely lost my thoughts there. But anyway, so things it took away from SmackDown Here Comes the Pain. You can't do a full hardcore match and go backstage during it. You can have a backstage brawl, like in a hardcore match, but you can't start out in the ring and go backstage. You have to keep it in the arena, which sucks in my opinion really bad, because I've always kind of liked that in games. More things. Oh god, I'm trying to think. That's one big thing. Yeah, they had a really nice parking lot brawl in here. The backstage brawl took me a while to find. I actually didn't even know about it until I found out. I just looked through the game. I was like, ooh. Which is a lot of environmental stuff, which is cool. Like, the parking lot is really fun on here. It's based off of Cena and Eddie from their parking lot brawl in 2004, or 2003, sorry. I think that this is a very solid game. Create championship in a pay-per-view. So what else? Challenge mode, which is nothing. That's just to unlock. Or not? No, that's not even to unlock people. You can just play season mode. Season mode, it's okay. The voiceovers are shit, but the rest of it, storyline wise, it's okay. I'm trying to think. The Raw one is, I think, more the bland one. I can't remember the SmackDown one that much, but I think this is a solid game, and the gameplay is really good because they added some new stuff like chopping, I think it is, in the corner and stuff, and slapping during a Divas or spanking during a Divas match. So yeah, there's that, and then what else? That's tactics. What did they? No, that was in SmackDown. Here Comes the Pain. Yeah, I'm sorry. I just really haven't played this game in a while. It's hard to remember a lot. Oh yeah, so they also added the new Fight Clean and Fight Dirty, which is nothing huge, but they added little stuff like that, which still made for some cool exhibition matches and stuff. So I don't think that this is nowhere near a bad game. I think this is a very solid game. I think people are just really disappointed that it took away some stuff from SmackDown. SmackDown Here Comes the Pain. I think a lot of people hate that it tries to compare itself to SmackDown Here Comes the Pain. So yeah, SmackDown vs. Raw. Next up, coming down to the top 3, we have SmackDown vs. Raw 2010. great. I think this is a very good game. I think this is a great game. We're really getting into great games now, like that quickly. It picked up, so. So, SmackDown vs. Raw 2010, featuring ECW, even though it's the PG ECW, the shitty ECW, as I like to call it. But, anyway, so it's your world now. I think that this really, from 2009, this really redeemed itself. I think the road to WrestleMania is excellent on here. The Crazy Superstars are my favorite, by far my favorite. Edge is pretty good. Cena and Triple H is, again, when it's big superstars like that, it's not going to be as in like as creative, but it's still, brand warfare is still pretty good. I think Shawn Michaels on here too. I can't remember his that much, or Mickey James. So you had an all new Rumble system, which was awesome. Story Designer, that is a huge. I used to never use this until kind of recently. Story Designer can be very fun, and creates some good stories. So this focus is here. It's create a superstar. As always, superstar threads they added, which is something cool. You can edit superstars' attires and stuff, change the colors. So if Cena comes out with a new attire like he always does after the video game, you just edit it. Upgrade, create a finisher. I think that's what they added in SmackDown vs. Raw 2009. That's something. So, additional features. Royal Rumble, the redesign. Road to WrestleMania. Rivals. Match types. Locker, a lot of new places to brawl it out backstage, which is pretty cool. They had a lot of new places like the dirt sheet and stuff. So, those are a lot of fun. And I feel like, I don't know, once you complete Road to WrestleMania, you can, for some reason, it's just way more fun to play exhibition matches on here than 2009. I just feel like there's a better gameplay, I guess. I don't know. It's just, and I guess a better roster, too. And, there's not really much to say, but this game is really solid. This is a very, very solid game in the series. So, there's no doubt that this game should get a praise. So, like I said, not much to say, but a lot of fun to be had on this game. So, yeah. Coming at number 2, we have SmackDown vs. Raw 2007. SmackDown vs. Raw 2007. Some people say it's the greatest SmackDown vs. Raw game. I personally think it's the one after this, which we'll get to. You probably know what it is by now. It's pretty obvious. But don't just watch it, live it. So, for this was a huge upgrade from SmackDown vs. Raw 2006. A huge upgrade. Like I said, a huge upgrade because this had an all-new gameplay system. And I think some people hate the controls, but I think it creates for some really cool stuff, like the all-new, the Ultimate system, as they call it, basically a carry and drag system like they introduced on 2K18, sorry, but executed a lot better. Creates some really good stuff. They added crowd, and they brought back crowd, like a little spot in the crowd you can go to, which is really fun. I think this has a big roster, but also a weak roster, but nevertheless, gameplay is really good on here. On new control system, new environmental hotspots, use steps, ring spots, all that kind of stuff. You can, like I said, ultimate control moves. What else? Interactive fighting area with the crowd. Duration of games here, really, and the visuals of the game are extremely improved. Like, I don't really care, but you will tell a huge difference from the Xbox 360 from PS2, and I think they perfectly executed that from leaping to the last gen to the next gen, which is something they failed to do from SmackDown 2, Know Your Role, to Shut Your Mouth, or sorry, Just Bring It, on the PS2. So they really executed it here perfectly when it comes to jumping from last gen to new gen. Like, this is how you do it, not 2K15 or like Just Bring It. This right here. But yeah, the gameplay was, like I said, the gameplay is just, there's so much more new and cool stuff to do, like the ultimate control system. Just, like I said, creates for some awesome moments. So, Yeah, and then the ladder match was also improved, which is sweet spot, which can be frustrating. It's better on like 2008 and stuff like that, but it can create for some very fun ladder matches. I can tell you that right now from experience. Very fun ladder matches. So there's a lot of fun to be had in this game. GM mode, it was improved. They added rivalries and stuff where you could edit. And actually on here, you can't do it on 6 or 8. That I found out not too long ago. You can actually do triple threat rivalries and like fatal forward rivalries, which is awesome in my opinion. Awesome. So they had added the storyline, right? I said a lot that improved there. They had season mode was pretty awesome. I don't think it's as good as 6, but still some really good storylines. So yeah, I think this is a great game, one of the greatest of all time. So yes, SmackDown vs. Raw 2007. And finally, coming in at number 1, the best SmackDown vs. Raw video game is none other than SmackDown vs. Raw 2006. And this is expected by many. It's kind of a fight for many people between 2006 and 2007, but for me, it's no doubt 2006. I just feel like this just has a little bit more to offer, gameplay-wise and modes-wise. So let's get right into this, the fight of your life. So you had the all-new Buried Alive match, which was awesome, and I think this is a very fun match to have. What else? Amazing realism, yeah. Career fighting system. They had the all-new stamina system, which I always turn off because I honestly don't like it, but for a lot of fans, that's really adds to the realism of it. I'm not a realistic person, so that kind of figures, but I know for the fans out there, for a lot of people out there, that adds to it. So, Hands Online mode. Yeah, I think this is probably my favorite season mode. Season mode, not like out of Road to WrestleMania, doesn't count, but season mode. I think this is a great season mode with like Eddie and the Undertaker, and starting out with who ran down Teddy Long. I mean, this season mode has countless fun hours of the storylines are just very creative, very in depth. I just love crazy storylines like they have here. What else? New General Manager mode. Yeah, this is where they introduced my favorite game mode of all time, General Manager mode. So much creativity, and there's so much fun to be had because you just basically book your own shows, which is one like hardcore fans' dream, because you know a promoter's dream. So it's pretty awesome. The draft is really fun and competitive, and it's something to do with your friends, and me and my friends play it. Just about every time we hang out, we play it. And it's just so much fun to be had. I think it's the most fun mode in all of wrestling game history. 100 different match types, you know. Like I said, added the Buried Alive. What else? So, yeah, the Fulfill Your Fantasy, yeah. No one really cares, but features, locker room. Oh yeah, all the new Play Possum, all that kind of stuff. The new a very fun, and this I didn't even know about until I actually got the game. A sleeper hold submission system. So basically, you put your opponent to sleep, and the referee will pick your arm up. You know, like 1, 2, and and you actually try. There's a little meter you try to get, and it's just so creative, and it's not all so realistic like 2K tries to do. It works so well, and it's so awesome. And I think that's what 2K fails to do is do realism and have an arcade gameplay system, and I think they fail to do that miserably. But yeah, so this game, so much fun to have. This is one of my favorite games of all time. And I think critically that this is the best SmackDown vs. Raw video game of all time. I really do. They really up their game from SmackDown vs. Raw. Really said, you know, the fans didn't really like SmackDown vs. Raw that much. You know, let's try to, you know, create something new. Let's try to go out. Let's try to go out of our way and make this one of our best video games possible. And like in this one, they didn't attempt to do. attempt to do like Here Comes the Pain. They attempted something new. They went down a different path to get success on the game. So I think they really executed this game very nicely. So yeah, let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. Don't forget to like this video if you want more videos like this. I really like I enjoy doing videos like this, you know, just expressing my opinion on games like this and stuff. And, you know, I enjoy doing the favorite video games. So I'm thinking about doing next is what I'm thinking about doing my DVD collection. But I'll have to see if you guys want to see that or not. But anyways, guys, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. This has been Wild XWB Fan 125, and I'll catch you guys later.